One of the things about this show is it's just been so good and it's coming to the end. And how much were you guys sort of talking about making sure we stick the landing? Because like I was so disappointed with Game of Thrones and you know what I mean? I just want this to stick the landing.
So first of all, the series finales that have disappointed us over the years, this is something Matt and Ross and I have talked about because those are heartbreaks. When you invest in characters and story for years of your life and then they fail you at the end by being either tone deaf to what brought you to that moment or disloyal to the spirit that made you love that storytelling, that's such a bitter disappointment and it sticks with you. But something the Duffers have always talked about with me is the lingo that you just, frankly, that expression, sticking the landing. It's something they've been talking about for 10 years regarding every episode since season 1, every season finale, and now the series finale. So it's something that we talk about with movies that we love and hate. Sticking the landing is imperative. And a lot of sins are forgotten and forgiven if you can stick the landing. I won't name the movies where this applies, where the middle is saggy and flawed, but boy, if they stick the landing, that's what you take with you. So it was always a non-negotiable mandate, self-given mandate to stick the landing with season 5. And I will tell you this, having watched the final version of the final episode of the final season of Stranger Things, it is a masterpiece. The Duffers have stuck that landing so 10 out of 10 perfect. And I know it sounds like I'm, kind of promoting my own show, but this is really said with just deference and tremendous respect to Matt and Ross, who wrote and directed that finale episode. And it is so deeply satisfying and moving. I have to say, it wrecked me.
I just spoke to them and they said it's like 2 hours and they seemed very happy.
Yeah, I think they're proud of their work and they goddamn well should be. And that episode, like, when was a series finale in movie theaters? What a singular, beautiful, rare thing that is. And it's because this series and that episode in particular really earned that right. And I think it deserves it.
So you co-directed with the Duffers episode 7. I'm very curious, what exactly does co-directing, is it because of your schedule that happened, or how did that work?
Well, my schedule on Deadpool and Wolverine is what resulted in me not directing episode 3 and 4 like I always do. So suddenly I'm in that episode 6 slot, which was a lucky break for me because that script was awesome. Hard stuff, big complicated stuff, but very satisfying. 7, it just became clear that, okay, they don't have time to do the whole thing. I don't have time to do the whole thing. So we decided, you know what? It's 10 years of this brotherhood. What if we share directing duties? And we sort of each ended up directing half of that episode and sharing credit. And I'll be honest with you, there's something that feels good and right to us seeing our names on that directing card because it's been very much this kind of brotherhood of a collaboration over a lot of years. And so I'm thrilled that it worked out that way.
I am so curious, how has making Stranger Things changed you as a filmmaker and as a producer?
It's changed me more as a filmmaker than as a producer. My job as a producer, whether it was on Spectacular Now or Arrival or anything I produced, is support the filmmaker, get out of their way, and always be there when they need me for anything. And I learned that from Steven Spielberg on Real Steel. So I saw the kind of producer I wanted to be. So that's how I do that job, still on everything. But when I offered to direct episode 3 and 4 in season 1, which I did only so the brothers could go finish writing the season, it was a problem-solving gesture. It was like, okay, I'll go to Atlanta and I'll direct for a while so you can write. That single offer, that moment changed my career because it opened up an awareness in me of how satisfying it was to direct different kinds of material. I'd never done genre. I'd certainly never done anything that was horror inspired and at all like Stranger Things. And it was so satisfying and it sort of revealed storytelling muscles that I didn't know I had at that time. And it fostered some aspirations for kinds of directing I wanted to do and suddenly believed, well, maybe I could do that. and here I am directing Starfighter, and I absolutely can trace it to Stranger Things.
You're directing a Star Wars movie? I had no idea.
I don't know. It's a small little picture. You'll hear about it when it comes out.